Hello and welcome. Today I'll be talking about Finite Element Analysis Truss 3D. Double click on the icon after the install and then I'll talk about it real quick. The way that this software works, it's somewhat not 3D 100% in the view. I make it simpler by using different planes. Whatever plane you want to work on, you can switch to the plane. Okay, so and it's to place nodes, click add nodes, add member, or just, this is the ribbon, this is the menu. They are all self-described, intuitive way to work with this. But what I'm going to talk about, just using shortcuts to make this video a little bit faster. So to place a node, press N. To place a member or element, press M. So I'm going to do a simple 3D truss. I'm going to place 5 nodes. Node 1, Node 2, Node 3, Node 4, Node 5. And I have the snap on. I'm going to turn the snap off. View, toggle snap off. So that way when I move, it doesn't snap to anything. And then I'll do members. I'm going to start from 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 4, 5 to 1, 5 to 2, 5 to 3, 5 to 4. So it's gonna be like a dome or something like that. So we're in a good place to tell you about this unit aware inputs. So I want to place, starts from 1 and places at the origin 0 0. You can drag it. If you have snap, it will. Let me turn snap on by pressing S and then drag it to the origin, and you can see it's put to the origin. I'm gonna turn the snap off. This one is gonna be a pen, so I'm gonna have the Z, the X, and the Y constraint. This one is it's gonna be at coordinates x0, y0. See, it comes right behind it. And Z, I'm gonna put it at 10 feet. So type 10 ft for feet, and then make it pen too. Okay, so it's still right behind it, but out or in the page or in the screen. I will show you when I go to the other plane. Okay, so I put the node 2 at 10 feet in the X, 0 feet in the Y, and 0 feet in the Z. And also I'm gonna have it just as a roller, so I just leave it to go free on the X. So that node 2, go to node, you can fit, go view, home, fit to window. You can see um, just fits in the window and then zoom in. Okay, so we have node 4. It's gonna be right behind node 2. So I'm gonna click on it, and then the X is gonna be 10 feet, or you can type 120 inches, doesn't matter. The Y is gonna be 0, and the Z is gonna be 10 feet. Okay, and then it's gonna be a roller as well. Okay, so now for this one, it's gonna be in the center, like a dome. So it's gonna be 5 feet in the X. It's gonna be 5 feet in the Y. And Z also gonna put it in the center, 5 feet or 60 inches, and it should have no support. Okay, so now we can just fit in the window. You can see it looks just like a 2D truss. But if we go to view and then go to plane and then go to the top view, looking at it down, you can see it's a 3D truss. This is the top view. You can even look it from isometric view left or isometric right. But since this one it looks kind of weird, but if you have different shape, they're gonna be more obvious than this. Okay, so you can use thermal analysis if you want. If you go and then enable thermal analysis, and if you select a member, like this one member, so let me make the view so it's obvious which member I select. We select member one. You can go to material here. You can change the temperature because here we have reference temperature, usually at room temperature, the manufacturer reference temperature. And if you go like to you take a measurement on the field or the highest temperature, whatever you're using, you can change it here. Thermal coefficient, this is like for concrete and steel are kind of close, so I just put a default value. You can change. This is density. If you convert, this is steel density. If you convert from 490 pounds per cubic feet, you will get this number if you convert it to cubic inches. Okay, and then I'm going to talk about section real quick. Material type, you can add a material, edit a material, or just select from default materials I included. Make sure they are correct or change their values. If you go to section, you can, there are some default section you can select from here, but you can also add a section if you go to model, material and sections. From here you can add a section if it's not here or you're gonna use. If you go to sections, this is the material. You can add, edit or delete. Go to section, click add. You can add the area, give it a name and add, or you can actually fetch it from American Institute Steel Construction database. You can click on it if you know a section in mind, like let's see, maybe W12 by 26. If it does exist, it's gonna give you values. If it doesn't, it will tell you it doesn't exist. In our case, it does exist, so you can just press OK, and then you can see it's added at the bottom. And I added it earlier, but this is a duplicate, you can just delete it. So basically the section are based on the ID, but you could see they are the same thing. Okay, so let me just close. And then when you add that section, it's gonna be here. Okay. I think I covered everything about how to input structure. And then one thing about loads, you can place loads. Like if I click on this node and then node properties, can switch to the exact node properties. And if you want to add, let's see, in the y direction, maybe a negative, let's see, 1000 pound or 1 kip. You can type either 1 or pound, so it will convert it to kip. And if you look at that plane, you will see there is a 1 kip one downwards. And then if we activate the thermal mass, we can do the analysis. Okay, so we have our input. You can just go to analysis, run analysis. You can see it's calculated structure, mass. If you go to member, you can see forces in the member, buckling, intention, like NA. It says larger values. Where is it? Critical load? Should critical load, buckling, status. It's not applicable for member intention, but if the member experience axial force, compression force, or negative axial force, it's gonna check. If it have higher value, safety factor, especially, it's gonna mark it as safe. If it's not, it's gonna tell you it's not good. Okay, and here it shows thermal strain and thermal forces. the members are experiencing. You can save you can export any table you want, or you can generate a report. I think that will do it. There are some examples here. You can go load them and see how to use it. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.